This is the story of Francesco Totti, most loyal footballer of all time. It is perhaps fitting that Francesco Totti's football career began in the year that the Giallorossi won their second Scudetto title, 1983, and at one of the clubs, Fortitudo, that merged to create AS Roma all those years ago. In 28 years at Roma, 25 of which in the first-team squad, Totti would break every record going in terms of goals, appearances, and sheer longevity. But behind the numbers, so incapable of doing justice to Totti's footballing genius, is the legend of a truly unique player in AS Roma history. For Totti was that rarest of breeds, a player capable of combining genius, vision, technique and athleticism to drive his prolific scoring record, his marathon top-level career and, most important of all, his profound connection with the club of his life. Roma. Following in the footsteps of his brother Riccardo, Totti left Fortitudo for Smit Trastevere, where he obtained his first Italian FA membership card in the 1985-86 season. It was during the spring of that same campaign that Totti turned out for the Trastevere U15s against their peers in Lanfranco Barbanti's Roma in Trigoria. Lining up against Totti that day were his future teammates Fabio Petruzzi, Roberto Muzzi and Francesco Stacciuto, who were 5 years older than him, while assistant Roma coach Angelo Benedicto Sormani watched on from the sidelines. Following that tournament, which was named after the legendary Roma Master Angelino Ceretti, Totti moved to Lodigiani, where he spent the next 3 seasons. His talent was there for all to see and, in early 1989, the young Totti became the subject of interest from AC Milan and Lazio. Yet Totti and his family were interested in one club and one club only, Roma. An agreement was reached after a phone call between Giallorossi president Dino Viola and his Lodigiani counterpart Giuseppe Malvicini, with Totti signing for Roma in exchange for Gianni Cavezzi, Stefano Placidi and 300 million lire, around €155,000. Totti's journey at Roma began on the 20th of July, 1989, the day the club registered him with the Italian FA. Training began a few weeks later at Tre Fontaine. Totti arrived at the ground together with his teammate Daniele Arelli, and club official Domenico Tortora presented him with the first Giallorossi jersey of his career. Totti made his debut in Franco Superchi's Giovanissimi Romani side against Almas on the 15th of October, 1989, and quickly set about showing everyone that Roma had a truly exceptional player on their hands. He was awarded the Adolfo Bastianelli Trophy for being the best player in the Giovanissimi category and was promptly promoted to Mario Carnevali's Giovanissimi Regionale team for the 1990-91 season. It was during this campaign, on the 22nd of May, 1991, that Totti famously served as a ball boy under the Curva Nord during the UEFA Cup final second leg match against Inter. Totti played in Aldo Maldera's Allievi side in 1991-92, before moving up to Luciano Spinassi's Primavera squad the year after. In the early stages of that 1992-93 season, on the 3rd of September, 1992 to be exact, Totti scored what he would later refer to as the best goal he ever scored, at least until the second half of the 1990s. It came in the first leg of Roma Primavera's Coppa Italia round of 32 tie against Casatana, with Totti describing it as a left-footed volley from outside of the area that flew into the back of the net. Unforgettable. Though Totti was officially a Primavera player, he was often called on to turn out for the juniors and Allievi sides. Come February, it was the Roma first team knocking on the door for a loan of Totti's services. On the 18th of February, 1993, Totti made his first appearance for the senior side in a friendly against Austria at the Stadio Flaminio, while his Serie A debut came just over a month later, against Brescia at the Stadio Rigamonti on the 28th of March. To cap off a hugely significant year in a nascent career, Totti was part of the Allievi Nazionale side, led by Ezio Sella, that defeated AC Milan in the championship final in Città di Castello on the 27th of June, 1993 to be crowned Italian champions. Totti consolidated his place in the first-team squad during the 1993-94 season, but still had time to find the net against Inter to clinch the Primavera Coppa Italia in Trezano sul Naviglio on the 30th of March, 1994. It was the last act in his youth career. In July 1994, Totti took part in pre-season with the first team, scoring his first Serie A goal against Foggia on the 4th of September. Alongside this, Totti turned out for all of the Italian national youth teams, winning the European Under-21 Championships, with victory over Spain in the final in Barcelona on the 31st of May, 1994, and the Mediterranean Games, in Bari on the 25th of June, 1997, at the expense of Turkey. At the end of the 1996-97 season, Nils Lidholm took over at Roma. I'm convinced that Totti will be a very important player for Roma in the future, for at least the next 10 years, was the Swede's assessment of his new charge. Yet even he could not have imagined the crucial role Totti would go on to play, not for the next 10 years, but for 2 decades to come. On the 22nd of August, 1997, the Stadio Olimpico faithful got a first look at Totti in the number 10 shirt as the Giallorossi took on Inter in a friendly match. A little over a year later, in October 1998, Totti inherited the captain's armband from Alde. Totti's rise was seemingly unstoppable. He was now recognized as one of the greatest players in world football. On the 2nd of July, 2000, he was in Dino Zoff's Italy side that lost out to France in the final of the European Championships in Rotterdam. The disappointment was soon forgotten, however, as Roma surged to Serie A glory in the 2000-2001 seasons, and, on the 3rd of October, 2004, he scored his 100th Serie A goal against Inter, just over a decade after his first. Disaster struck on the 19th of February 2006 as Totti sustained a serious injury in a game against Empoli, scuppering the Giallorossi's push for the title. Yet Totti recovered in time to be included in the Italy squad for the 2006 World Cup in Germany. He dispatched a crucial penalty against Australia in the round of 16 to set Italy on their way to the final against France in Berlin on the 9th of July 2006. Come the end of the penalty shootout, Totti, together with 2 other Roma players, Daniele De Rossi and Simone Perotta, could call himself champion of the world. The success continued into 2007. Totti finished the season as Serie A's top scorer and also claimed the European Golden Shoe Award, while Roma beat Inter to win the Coppa Italia on the 17th of May before following it up with the Italian Super Cup on the 19th of August, once again at the expense of Inter. Totti was, by now, at the summit of world football and a symbol, an icon, for all affiliated with Roma. On the 27th of February 2008, he became the player with most appearances in Giallorossi history with 387, overtaking Giacomo Lossi. Totti claimed his second Coppa Italia medal against Inter on the 24th of May 2008. He was unable to play in the final due to injury but still lifted the trophy as club captain, while on the 21st of January 2012 Totti scored his 211th goal for Roma against Cesena. The goal meant he overtook Gunnar Nordahl as the player to have scored the most goals for a single club. Francesco Totti is the greatest player I have ever seen. Diego Maradona. On the 11th of January 2015, Totti scored a brace against Lazio to become joint top scorer in competitive Rome derbies, tying with Dino Da Costa on 11 goals. Then, on the 20th of April 2016, at the age of 39 years and 7 months, Totti became the oldest player to score a brace in a Serie A match as he produced a heroic display against Torino. Finally, on the 28th of May 2017, playing his last competitive match for Roma against Genoa, Totti set the record for the longest Giallorossi career of them all. An incredible 8,827 days had passed since that Brescia v Roma game on the 28th of May, 1993. Totti's final appearance was the culmination of a legend that will, surely, never be eclipsed. He will also be remembered as one of the rare footballers who rejected the biggest club in the world, Real Madrid, for his beloved Roma. One and only the legend Francesco Totti.